Stock markets are also hotting up actually, especially the consumer IPOs. And we saw a big move in Adani Wilmar. We've seen some big moves in Ruchi Soya as well. Today, of course, it's important because the allotment of the FPO has actually happened. We'll analyze the business of Ruchi Soya with Shirish Pardeshi joining us now. Shirish, afternoon. I don't want a reaction from you on the stock price as such, but how robust do you see the business and the prospects, say, 12 to 14 months far out? What kind of business are they building?
First thing to my thought is that the company has been credited since the time 18 months before when Patanjali Group acquired the business. And I think when you look at the number closely, I think they have done a complete turnaround of the business before approaching to the stock market. Second thing, when I look at the businesses, what they have brought in, especially noodles or nutraceuticals and even honey and atta business, which are what they are trying to expand, and consumer business, which is there. So overall, I think from the distribution perspective, there is a lot of scope for the company to improve. No doubt about being a cooking oil, you have a very restricted supply chain. And at the front end also, there is a restricted distribution point. But when you have actually fast-moving consumer goods products like noodles or atta or honey for that matter, or even biscuits for that matter, which the company acquired last year in May and June, brought in under Ruchi Soya. I think the two things which I completely would like to see, and I think I'm a little positive, saying that there is a distribution gain which is going to happen. Second thing, company has already raised money. And what I see about 600 crore, which is provided to Ruchi Soya as a working capital. Of course, the larger part is going back to Patanjali as promoter is encashing. But what I see that this working capital issue, if it is getting sorted, I think that can also give a lot of momentum. Especially, there are three businesses at this point of time has a high potential to grow. But very little information is available from the management, especially when we look at the palm plantation, which they're talking about 3 lakh hectare. I think something in India would be, you can say that the first mover advantage the company will get. Obviously, that will also have the effect in terms of back-end sourcing from for the palm. Because as you look at the palm, India is the net importer. And if that happens, hypothetically, in 3 years, if company has been able to deliver, your import bill will cut down, while the company will be immensely benefited in terms of the sourcing. So I'm seeing that once you cut your sourcing from outside, you will have the benefit. The third leg, which is there, which is what I'm looking positive, is nutraceutical, and I think this market is really growing much faster. There is no much organized player. Of course, there are some players has done some effect likes of Himalaya and Dabur to a certain extent Emami. But I think the market is very large. And if you understand that market, I think it has an immense potential. So I think overall, given the scenario, I'm a bit positive saying that these three businesses, not much information is available. But going forward, if there is much more disclosure and company will try to give more color to these businesses, I think it can be a positive on the stock price.
All right, Shirish, thanks so much for your time. That was Shirish Pardeshi talking about the evolving business model of Ruchi Soya. The stock is off the day's low, but still down almost 10% in trade. With that, it's a wrap on the show. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.